You've probably heard the controversy surrounding Trump's promise to make America great again, mostly about when America was ever great or what made it so. Thing is, forget for a moment what actually is and what should be. If we let reality intrude, I don't think we'll ever understand what a formerly great United States ever was. Because in a weird way, I think I understand it. Because there are things I wish for myself. You see, when they talk about America being great again, I think what they're picturing really is a kind of idealized 1950s button-down, leave-it-to-beaver, mom-and-apple-pie, flag-waving Americana. The men wore suits and ties to support their family at the office. Women were moms who wore dresses and cooked dinner. The son wore a Letterman jacket and played sports. The daughter worried about what she'd wear to the school dance and who would ask her. Everybody went to church. But it wasn't just the nuclear family. There was also the nuclear war. Everybody cheered for our boys in the military fighting the evil Nazis or the godless commies. And nobody was black or homosexual. Certainly nobody was both. And the thing is, I kind of get it. I mean, ever since I can remember, I've been fascinated by space, by NASA, the space shuttles. When the Challenger disaster happened, it ripped my heart out. And the slow death of our space program has been a source of deep frustration and resentment. We should be colonizing Mars by now, damn it, not hitching rides with the Russians to get to the International Space Station. But I've been watching The Right Stuff and Apollo 13 and the like, looking at the depictions of the ticker tape parades for the heroes of orbits and the moon landings, the way the people seemed to be enthralled by the space race, felt like the U.S. was really accomplishing something. It's hard to look at that and not think, yeah, there was a time when America was great. It's hard to watch those movies without getting a little depressed. Is it weird to be nostalgic for a time when you weren't even born yet? If you've played the game Fallout 4, the beginning starts with a very stylized vision of a future that kept that kind of progress and that kind of culture going, like they were on the middle step between the 50s and living like the Jetsons. Right up until a nuclear war, anyway. It has the same mom-and-apple-pie slice of Americana vibe that I think is what they mean when they say America was great. Well, before the nukes went off and everybody went into cryosleep for 200 years anyway. Fallout 4 is an amazing game. If you haven't played it, you're missing out. But the thing is, that America, the one they want, never really existed. Not really. Oh, bits of it did. The fantasy isn't without some basis in reality. Certainly the accomplishments in science and technology were real enough. I'm not the tinfoil hat sort who thinks the moon landings were faked. But that smooth surfaces and right angles, 2.3 kids in a 2-car garage, Donna Reed world they picture, the one where nobody gave a shit about racism or abortion, where gays were so deep in the closet you may never hear of their existence, where the only atheists lived in communist Russia, where racism wasn't a problem and you could just ignore it, entertainment was wholesome and clean, war was against unambiguously bad people and that's the only reason why we fought them. That world never really existed. Yeah, America was great. And America was also shitty, too. So was the rest of the world. Okay, the U.S. led the world in many exciting and wonderful ways, and that made it great. But it wasn't perfect. Not the way they think it should be. And asking when America was ever great, as if you're calling them out on something, probably isn't going to do any good. They're just going to be grumpy that you're shitting all over their fantasy. Like when people point out continuity errors in their favorite fiction. Dude, shut up. I want to be able to keep liking this. You know? A thumbs up for this video is a vote for excellence and glory. Subscribe to Bionic Dance and make the internet great again.